Hi, I'm Ryan with Front End Audio, and this is the MeMore personal headphone monitoring mixer from Wolff Audio. We're going to take a look at it out of the box, go over all the cool features, what it includes, and, well, just dive really nicely into what this unit is all about and what makes it cool. The first thing that you're going to notice is that it is very compact. It can be easily set on any desktop surface and utilized that way, or we'll show you later, there is an adapter so that this can be mounted to a microphone stand. So this can be utilized in the studio as well as in the stage, and it can be really just flexible in how it's positioned, and it gives you access to a lot of audio to really be able to monitor the way you need to. And what you'll see on the front of the unit is you have 12 channels. The first 8 here are mono, and then 9, 10 is a stereo channel, and 11 and 12 is a stereo channel. The very bottom row here is your volume pots. Above that is your pan pots. Very self-explanatory. The very top row is a TQ EQ, a seesaw style EQ, where you can boost the top and lower the bottom, right? Tilt it. Or boost the bottom, lower the top. So if you want to bring out some of the weight in a kick drum or a bass guitar, you can tilt towards the bottom. If you want to bring up some of the air in, say, an acoustic guitar or some drum overheads, you can tilt to the top. So a very nice ability just to kind of give you a little bit of a balance and control over what you're hearing. Over here you have a talkback microphone that's built in with your mic trim. And then you also have your mic button. That's your talkback button. It is a momentary button. It does not latch. So you press it down, you speak, you release, it mutes you. Next to that is your foldback, right? What that is your gain, so that you can press this button and inject yourself into the mix and then adjust how much of yourself you're hearing folded back into the mix, which is perfect for, say, vocalists who want to really dial in how much of themselves, where their balance is in the mix, as well as adjust not only the balance of the mix, but what instruments that they're listening to. Below that is your A and B headphone output volume levels. And at the bottom here on the face of the unit, you have an A-B headphone output here, as well as an A-B headphone output right there. Moving on to the rear of the unit, this is where we're going to see a lot of the very cool features here. The first thing you're going to notice is your 4 DB25 connectors. The first set, which are actually on the inside, that is inputs 1 through 8. And then the second set, which is on the outside, that is 9 through 12 inputs. However, the second set can also be utilized to daisy chain up to 25 of these MeMore mixers. So this would actually be usable for an orchestra, which is really nice. And of course, if you're utilizing these DB25s to daisy chain units, you do have inputs over XLR for 9 and 10 and 11 and 12. And you'll also see that 11 and 12 also has a TRS input there. That is, of course, unbalanced because you have the tip for the left side, the ring for the right side, and then your sleeve as the ground. Below that, you have a 1/4 inch input for a foot switch, and that is going to be for controlling your talkback microphone if you want to do that. You also have your line trims underneath that. And then you have your talkback loop in and loop out. And then you have your multi-pin power supply cable input. So a really cool unit that also, going back to the DB25 connectors, if you look at the bottom of the unit, you have those same DB25 connectors mirrored down there. In addition to the mixer, you of course get your power supply. Nice brick power supply with your multi-pin cable, an extremely long IAC cable, so you're going to have plenty of room to move this around and not really necessarily need an extension cable, or, you know, if you have, say, a power conditioner off to the side, you're not going to have to worry about whether it's on a, on a cart or anything like that. You also have a headphone hanger. This has screw holes right here, and on the side of the unit, both sides, there are holes that match up, and this just screws right into the side of the unit, and you can just hang your headphones right there when you don't need to, or when you're not using them. Here is your adapters. This can get threaded to the bottom of the mixer and then be mounted right onto a mic stand. Also in this little baggie is your screws for your headphone hanger and you know, additional rubber feet, all that good stuff. You also get your QC card. You get a Wolff Audio sticker. That's always nice. I love stickers. Love being able to put that kind of stuff in my studio and just decorate. And then you get something that's very cool, which I think that this would be, it's not only handy in the studio, most definitely. Again, real estate's at a premium, but I think this is going to be very handy if you want to utilize these in a live sound situation. You have analog over Cat5. This just plugs right into any of your DB25 connectors on the back or on the bottom of the mixer, and you now have analog audio over Cat5. Very cool for being able to make things even cleaner instead of having these big DB25 cables, which can be pretty big around. Now you just have some Cat5 cables. Easier to maintain and easier to manage and keep things clean. So again, whether in the studio or on the stage, that is a very, very cool accessory to have with this. Overall, a very powerful unit with a lot of great features, functions, and adaptability. And sonically, it's just pristine. And it will drive really any type of headphone that you have in your studio, so you don't have to worry about anything there. You're going to get clean, precise audio control. You're going to have clarity. You're going to have EQ, panning, the whole 9 yards. And this is going to just make everybody's life easier and give your talent the ability to hear what they need. So for more information on the MeMore, all the great products by Wolff Audio, and for all your pro audio needs, please check us out on the web at frontendaudio.com. Thank you.